Welcome to the Winning the Week live stream and podcast. We are promoting optimism and reframing our troubles into wins. Let's find hope, healing, and mental well-being in this adventure called life. You guys are always welcome here at the Cool Kids Table. Feel free to mention this whole Cool Kids Table idea in your own videos. I don't have a lock on that. Is no monopoly or anything like that. It's just a fun little way to say it's our tribe, it's our gang. So feel free in your own live streams, your own videos, your own presentations. If you do a podcast, if you do social media posts anywhere, encourage other people to join the Cool Kids Table because there's plenty of room here. I saved everybody here a seat. So let's fan the flames of this movement. What do you say? Is that music too loud? Boy, sure sounds loud to me. Sounds loud on my side. Let's turn that down a little bit. There we go. So tonight I've got, we just finished the pre-show there. It was pretty short today. I think we only had about 3 minutes of pre-show there. And we're going to do some happy birthdays tonight. And we are going to do our commenter and encourager of the week. And of course I've got the producer shout out. So let's just see what else is going on real quick. Am I missing anything? Oh, of course, in honor of Scott Adams, we always do the simultaneous sip. Grab yourself something to drink. I don't want to miss this and don't want to forget this. So all you need is a cup or a mug or a glass, a tankard, a chalice, or a stein, or a Yeti thermos, a canteen jug or flask, a vessel of any kind. Fill it with your favorite liquid. I like Publix Diet Sweet Brewed Tea. And join me now for the unparalleled pleasure, the dopamine hit of the day, the thing that makes everything better. It's called the Simultaneous Sip, and it happens now. Go! That is the good stuff. And I just found this out about a half hour before I went live. Today's is International Fairy Day. So I don't know if you're into fantasy. Geraldine, if you're still here listening, I know you like Lord of the Rings and the elves in Tolkien's legendarium are equivalent to fairies in fairy tales. So I know some of us still believe that the elves walk among us. They're hidden out of sight, but the elder race are still hidden somewhere from our views. So let's just take a real quick peek in the chat and see if there's anybody's joining since I got started here. I don't want to miss anybody. I see the same regular folks. Everybody's saying hi to each other. I'm going to do some birthday shout outs in a minute, so don't go anywhere, Debbie Sue. And let's see, Warren's here. Everybody's saying hi to M. M has been hanging out quite a lot in our Discord. So speaking of our Discord, I think I still have that slide open. Discord, if you don't know, it's just a chat room. But all your friends are already in there hanging out. So why don't you come on over and join my Discord? It's very easy. All you got to do is just click on the link that's in the video description. Here's what it looks like. When you click that link, you'll get this screen, and you just come up with a display name. Like you can put your YouTube name, something like in there. Make up your YouTube name or something to give it so we know who you are. And then create your account, jump in there, and then as soon as you get in there, I'll have to turn on permissions so that you can see the content, because I kind of got it blocked for just in case some troll or somebody came in and tried to ruin all our fun. But, I love my computer. All my friends live in there now. So get in there and check it out. And it looks like our buddy Mike here has dropped 5 Winning the Week memberships. Well, I'll tell you what, that gets a laser show from me, Mike. New members. Let's see. He just dropped 5 memberships on here. So let's see who got memberships. And CL says she has a fairy dragon design. Very good. Don't forget, I still have right here, little green dragon chilling out back here. I'd love to see the fairy dragon design in one of your videos. Maybe you can do a video sometime about a pre-existing work. That would be pretty cool, right? So Mike dropped 5 memberships on people. Let's see who, when it spun the roulette reel, who got free memberships. Simply Debbie Sue got a free membership. Wow. And I think those last for 2 months. Somebody told me they last for 2 months. As for me, got a membership. Joshua Brekuthi, I can't read that, got a membership. Bacon King got a membership. Renee Glover got a membership. How sweet. Very nice. Awesome. Bacon King is here even. Dropped a comment in there. Cool. So, Mike, thank you for handing out those free memberships to people. If you guys just got a membership, go look at the videos section sometime when you get a minute. There are members-only videos where I just drop in and I tell people, thanks for sharing 99 cents with me. I set the membership level at 99 cents, so pretty much anybody can afford that. And it's not to get rich, it's just a way to say thank you. This is a value for value live stream and channel. So if you get any value at all out of my videos or my live streams or my posts or anything like that, or the podcast, then there's different ways you can return back value. We'll talk about that in a little bit, I think. So thank you, Mike, for doing that. That was very kind of you, man. Appreciate you. And Bacon King 524, you're a member, and you're in the chat. Who is number 16 on your avatar? I wonder who that is. Who is that player? Is that? I have no idea. I wouldn't even begin to know. I don't have any idea who that player is. You can drop us in the comment. But hey, why don't we do some birthday shout-outs? That would be fun. Guess what? We had a couple of big birthdays this week. Debbie Sue did an awesome birthday video at the beginning of the week. I think it was on Monday, where she sat on her front porch on her rocking chair. You know, she said it's ironic to be sitting on the rocking chair like you're getting old in your rocking chair there, Debbie Sue. But if I remember now, I'm going just from memory here, but I think you said you turned 60. So a couple years ahead of me there. You'll have to let me know how 60 feels at the end of this week. And let us know what it feels like to not be in your fabulous 50s anymore, but now you're in your sweet 60s. And I think everybody here probably knows that Sally's birthday is today. She's had a few live streams. She had a live stream this morning, and she had a live stream with Lori. And then she had another live stream a little bit later with her hubby and some cake and her boy Maddie. But a neat thing about Sally's channel, as you can see in that banner across the top there, she loves to go live with other people, right? She had a live with Peter Urbanowski. She had a live stream with Otis. She's got Dana the Cookie Mom on her live stream. So she's always doing live streams with other people because she loves to not only spread the love, but she likes to help kind of promote other people's channels and make other people feel good about themselves. She's just a joy spreader, is Sally. Another reminder for you guys, you can tell me how you're winning your week with a short video. Just pick up your cell phone, turn on the camera app, hit video, point it at yourself, and tell me how you are winning the week, and then send me the video, and I'll feature your clips like I have been doing for the past 2 videos. We had we had Allie and Peter 2 weeks ago, and this week Pearlman Glenn shows up in our new video that came out on Monday. And let's just all encourage each other's with our how we're winning the week and our testimonies there. So thank you, Glenn. I appreciate you sending me that video along. That was really cool. I got that video while I was driving to go shoot a video. So I knew it was there. It was cool. I was able to talk about that. So thank you for doing that. If you don't know where to send it, the best thing to do would just be to join Discord. And then in Discord, there's information on how to get me your video. But you can also just look at the video, the channel description. The channel description has the email address for the channel in there. And as you can see, I was recording my video last week on Friday, and Pearlman sent me his video in which he called me out. He called me out of all things and says, "Scott, you got to get out of that car and get back out into the Everglades." Man, I was singled out, called out, and embarrassed. Glenn, no, I'm just kidding. Although you guys know I like being embarrassed. I seek out ways to be embarrassed because I think it's good for me to learn to embrace being embarrassed, and kind of it basically makes you embarrassment proof. If you force yourself into embarrassing situations, then you become embarrassment proof. But I had a good time. And ironically enough, I was headed out to the outdoors when I was on my way to make the video in which Glenn called me out for not being outdoors enough. The video I was finishing up that week was my video on joy. Sally pointed out that we had a video on love and we have a video on joy. So couple comments about that video that came out this past Monday. I'll tell you a couple things about it. Obviously, I shot it all week long again, which means Monday through Friday, I'm talking to the camera every single day and building up a longer video. I think this one was in the 40-minute range, right? So that means I'm filming every single day and I'm editing, nonstop as well. You can see that this thumbnail is handmade. It's not AI. vidIQ, I was using vidIQ to make a couple of AI-based thumbnails, but vidIQ's idea of what this video's thumbnail should be was so cracked, I just gave up and said, I'm just going to make a regular old thumbnail the old-fashioned way. Just find a fun frame somewhere in the video, take a still, put some text on it. But that was a fun video to make. It was called When Was the Last Time You Felt Joy? Here's How to Get It Back. And that title follows the format that I'm trying to use lately, which is I want a title that clearly identifies the person I'm speaking to. So when I say, when was the last time you felt joy? I think it's pretty obvious I'm talking to somebody who's not feeling joy. I'm trying to help YouTube basically find who I'm looking at and who I'm speaking to. And the title's kind of a dead giveaway. I'm speaking to people who haven't felt joy in a while. And then I'm also trying to signal to that person that this video hopefully will give them some tips on how to get joy back in their life. Very similar to the video on love, which is how to bring a feeling of love back into your life. So the description of this video, the video description said, have you ever stopped to wonder what enjoy really means and why it feels so rare on a random Monday? The word enjoy means to inject joy into a situation, right? And to feel joy about something. So the description said, jump into this week's vlog with me as I go down a fun rabbit hole on the word joy. Chase it through everyday life and discover how to actually bring more of it into your week. And so far, I would say the video's doing meh. After 48 hours. Well, it came out Monday morning at 11, so I don't know. Let's call it 56 or so hours, 56, 58 hours or so. 47 views. Not awesome. You can see that the video growth graph shows that it's in the gray, which means it's typical. It's typical growth. It can be a little disheartening, I'm not going to lie. You record all week long talking about a subject and trying to condense it and then edit it into a format that's presentable and that you hope is going to speak to people. And then, after a few days, it's still in the 50 views range. I should really celebrate all 50 of those views and say, hey, that's 50 people who maybe were helped and maybe got something out of it. But, I really want to be helping a lot more people than just 50 or 60 people for video. So it can be a little disheartening. I'm not going to lie and pretend like it's not. I was hoping for more, but maybe more will come. We'll see. Maybe more will come over the next few days. Maybe it'll shoot up. I've had a few videos in the past month or so that did more like 250 views, which is still pretty low. I don't compare myself with other people, but I'm really hoping to be able to help more than 50 people a week, So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how that runs out, And I did record a members-only video that came out this morning. You can see my members-only jacket. Yes, that's a complete Photoshop job, but I thought it was funny to have a members-only video and show me in a members-only jacket because I'm a child of the 80s, and if you were in the 80s, you had your members-only jacket and you were cool. Another handmade thumbnail, just a Photoshop job I did. It's not AI, it's just Photoshop. But this wasn't a join so that you can watch it don't become a member so you can watch this video. This video was me thanking people who've already become members. And it's not long, doesn't have any secret stuff. I really don't like gatekeeping type setups, and I don't think it really follows along with the value for value model to like try to set up videos that are members only to entice people to become members. I would much rather people join as a member or go to tipjar.winningtheweek.org and give a buy me a coffee type thing because they got value somewhere else, and then they'll let these members only videos just be a way of me saying thank you. So there's nothing special or hidden in there that I would tell you need to become a member to go watch this video. It's more a case of this video is to thank people who already did. That's pretty much what I'm thinking on there. And just a reminder, I'd love to send you stickers. I still have plenty of stickers. There is a link in the description of every video that takes you to a Google form. You fill it out and you tell me where to send a sticker, and I'll send you stickers and magnets. I've got magnets too. I'd love to do that for you. So, all right, let's get caught up on the chat because everybody's in here talking. Oh, I see people saying hi, happy birthday to Sally. Is she in here? I don't see her. Maybe you're just saying that because I had said happy birthday to her. So everybody's saying hi to each other. Dana the Cookie Mom dropped in. Hey there, good to see you. And you guys can always rewind back and watch the birthday messages if you missed the birthday messages at the beginning. No biggie. And yeah, Em has an appointment tomorrow, so we're all going to be praying that she's going to do a great job with her doctors and tell her doctors everything they need to know and be honest with them. And we know you're going to have a good appointment and a good result, Em. And if you, like again, I said, if you want to drop into our Discord, we're all having a good time and encouraging each other. It's a lot of strengthening, comforting, and encouraging going on in the Discord. Let's see. Everybody's saying nice. Everybody's saying happy birthday. Everybody's saying thank you for saying happy birthday. Everybody telling Debbie Sue happy birthday. That's very, yeah, CL, you got a kick out of that too. Glenn said, get out of the car. Get back to the Everglades. It was very funny. I know. So Pam wants to know how I'm enjoying that experiment. And I'm assuming you mean the experiment of filming all week long. Like I said, I was hoping for a little bit better results on the videos, but they are longer videos. So here's the neat thing. I got to remember that I'm getting watch minutes because they're such a long video. So even if I don't get the number of views, I am getting an increased number of watch hours because it's a longer video, but it's a little bit of extra work. It's more work than I was doing before because now I'm filming every single day, bringing people along throughout the entire week and telling them what day it's on. I don't have the opportunity to go out into the woods or the Everglades or the fishing dock or anything like I used to always look for a really neat place to go to make my video, but since I'm making videos every day now, I just got to bring you along to my normal mundane trips to the store or running out to run errands and stuff like that. But I am enjoying bringing people along every day, and I am enjoying the extra editing because I like editing. Editing is something I enjoy doing, so it's working out. So far, so good. You've lost that lovely feeling. Exactly. Well, hello, Yvonne. How are you doing? So glad to see you. If you guys have not been checking out Yvonne's channel lately, she is being extremely encouraging. I'm curious, Yvonne, how your videos do. I don't ever look at your view numbers or anything like that. I try not to look at anybody's view numbers because I don't think it's good to compare yourself to other people. But I am curious to hear, because you're a very encouraging person. I hope you're reaching a lot of people. Thank you, CL. I appreciate you. You are the most encouraging person ever. And, it's easy to get down sometimes, but we gotta keep that optimistic spirit up. Okay, so they do expire. That's the only thing is when I create a link for Discord and I put it in my video description, it expires after 7 days. But the link that is in the description of this live stream right now is one that I made, I think, yesterday. It should be a fresh link. So if you click on that link, it should work. But I'll tell you what I'll do you can't click links really inside of the live stream here, so I'm not going to can you? Maybe you can. I don't know if you can or not. Let me see here. Let me spin up Discord real quick. And this will be a lot of fun for the people who are listening while they're driving and they can't see anything. But let me spin up Discord. Go to my server. Click on invite to server. Get the link. Hit copy. Okay. And then come back down here and I'm going to drop this link into the chat. So if you guys can click, yeah, it looks like it's a clickable link in there. So if you click that, that should take you. When you get in, pick out what you want your name to be, but then you'll have to wait for me to go back in Discord and turn on permissions for you and add you back in. So spouse wife joined recently, and like I said, Emily has been hanging out in the Discord quite a bit lately, and we're having a good time. Jay is great, and Jay is resident Revsecutioner. I forget how to say it. Between 8 and 40, Yvonne says. Okay, yeah, it depends on the topic. That makes sense, right? Depends on what the topic that you're talking about and what you call the video with the title, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Well, as I was hinting at just a minute ago, I consider this to be a value for value live stream, podcast, and channel in general. So just a reminder, what that means is I don't hide content behind a paywall. I don't have tiers where you can become a member or a higher member to get, like, to unlock videos or podcasts or anything. Everything is available. The only thing that's really behind the members only videos is just me saying thank you for being a member, something like that. But value for value means if you get any value out of the channel, then you can return value back to me in the form of your time, your talent, or your treasure. Treasure would be in the form of like tipjar.winningtheweek, which takes you to buy me a coffee and you can just leave me a tip. Or you can become a member, something like that. That's 99 cents. Your talent is where you can submit artwork or your comments that you leave on videos. You guys sometimes give me boots on the ground expertise and notes from the field on topics that you are experts at. I'll tell you a good example. A very good example is Gen X, right? Jen is helping M out with her medical results. And Jen is a clinical scientist or something. I don't know. Is not nurse, but she's smart in those ways. You know what I mean? And so she's returning value to our memberships here by helping M navigate, the confusing world of doctors and stuff like that, right? Any kind of expertise you can provide like that. Of course, I do have affiliate programs at Amazon, StickerMule, and vidIQ. So if you wanted to use any of those products, like buy something on Amazon, or if you were thinking about getting stickers, use the links in my channel description, because they will not only give you a discount in most cases, but they'll also, kick a few dollars over to me. And that's a way you can return value for value. I've already mentioned the YouTube memberships, which are 99 cents. At least I set them at 99 cents, although sometimes people have told me that YouTube bumps up extra pennies on top of that or something. And I do have merchandise, so you can go to shop.winningtheweek.org as a way of returning value for value. And I just want to talk for a second about peace. I want to talk about peace. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? I want to talk for a minute about peace. But before I do, let me get caught up on chat, because I let this thing run away from me and then I'll never get caught up again. Yvonne says, if I can reach out to just one person, I'm satisfied. I give all the glory to God. See, that's the attitude I got to keep in mind there too, Yvonne. If I could just help one person, it doesn't matter if it's 50 views, 40 views, 30 views, if it just helps one person. Yep. Let's see. CL says, I'm way too busy, so I'm very selective on the videos I watch. Yep, totally understandable. Tyler's in the house. He says, happy birthday. Oh, sorry, wrong chat. It's not the wrong chat, because we did a little birthday celebration already, and Debbie Sue is here. Sally's not here. She's probably enjoying her birthday. But yeah, good to see you, man. Tyler, I think this is like the 4th live stream I've seen you on today, which is why CL says, hi again, Tyler. Well, I want to talk for a second about peace. Peace. What's so funny about peace, love? Do you guys know that song? What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? I am doing a video series on peace this week. We've talked about love. I tried talking about joy. Tried to think about what another good subject is. Peace, love, and understanding. And, one of the things I was thinking about, and I kind of shared this a little bit in the video, but I didn't really go into it very much. But here's the thing that I was thinking about today. I had to drive into the office today. And most of the time I got a work from home kind of situation, but I had to go get a new laptop. As you can see behind me over here, I've got my new laptop that they gave me and my old laptop, and I'm still transferring files from one to the other. But I had to go into the office, plug the new laptop. Well, I had to pick up the new laptop and then plug it into the network, get signed in and everything else. So all of that is just to say I spent plenty of time in the car driving today, and so I had plenty of time to think. And I was thinking about something that Abraham Lincoln talked about and said, right? And I know he's a controversial president. I know some people think he's one of the best presidents, and some people think he's one of the worst presidents. And I understand that. I think he definitely probably overstepped his authority at certain points. But he said something that I do agree with, which is at one point during his presidency, he did not think that the United States would ever be defeated by an external power. He said that the United States, and I think that this applies to some of the other bigger countries that it would qualify as a superpower. I think this applies to Canada today. I think this applies to the United Kingdom today. He said that the United States would never be conquered or successfully invaded by a foreign power. He said the only way the United States could ever be overcome would be from within, an internal enemy, right? And I was thinking about that, and I was trying to apply that to myself and to ourselves as people. And we have a feeling of peace inside of ourselves, but we also have a feeling of chaos and discord sometimes. It's ironic to use the word discord because I keep telling people to join the Discord server. Man, what kind of peaceful channel is this if you're telling people to join a Discord server? Discord is the opposite of peace, but no, Discord is what they call it. Anyway. Hi, Logan. Welcome home. What do you got?
Little Caesars.
You got Little Caesars? What'd you get me?
I got breadsticks.
For me?
For your favorite son.
For my favorite son. Enjoy. So here's the thing. We can be defeated. Our peace that we carry around inside of ourselves can be defeated from within. We can talk ourselves out of peace, and we can stir up chaos from within ourselves that destroys the peace that we should be carrying around as people much more easily than somebody else attacking our peace from outside. We're all pretty well inoculated from, at least most of us are, from someone destroying or disrupting our peace from the outside. Somebody comes up to us and says, "Hey man, you're a really ugly booger face." Is that really going to bother us that much? It's not going to bother me. If somebody comes up and says I'm an ugly booger face, I'm not going to get bothered by that. Or some troll in a chat room says something mean, or somebody says a mean comment on a video, or some jerk at Publix, says something mean when you're standing at line. It's not going to bother me that much from outside. What's going to disrupt my peace is from the inside. Is if I allow negative thoughts to creep in and negative, what's the best way to say this? Negative, disruptive dissent and ideas of poisonous thoughts to creep in from the inside and take over. That would be like being conquered from an internal enemy inside of myself, and it would destroy my peace. So I guess in a nutshell, In a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is protect your thoughts, protect what you think about, and protect your mind from internal negative chewed up thoughts from the enemy, because your peace is only as solid as the inside allows it to be. I think we all got a pretty hard shell for the outside, but yeah, I think Lincoln got that one right. I think he was right about that one, especially as it applies to our peace. And what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Anyway, what have you guys been talking about in the chat? Let's see what I'm missing here. It says, Mike says, you have the card. Mike says, oops. I meant to text that to my. You meant to text that to his son. Mike, you're dropping comments into the chat here that you meant to text to your son. That's a first. I've texted the wrong thing to wrong people, and I've texted the wrong thing in a text message that was supposed to go to Discord, or in Discord that was supposed to go to Signal, or Signal that was supposed to go to Telegram, or Telegram that was supposed to get a Facebook Messenger, but I don't think I've ever accidentally typed a message in a live stream chat. So, Mike, I'm going to have to say that's 50 points for you, buddy. Good job. Well, hello there, Granny. How are you doing? Very good to see you. Great to see you could drop in for a little bit before you have to put the youngins to bed. Awesome. Tyler says, it's been an eventful day, buddy. Yes, it has. Absolutely. Everybody's saying hi to each other, and hi, Granny. It's nice to see you guys. See, I like when you all say hi to each other back and forth, because it means I get to skip through the chat much easier and get caught up. CL says, the kid was watching Jurassic Park today for the millionth time, and I heard the chaos theory speech 100 times. Yeah. You know, I read Jurassic Park, I think, in 1991. Before I ever saw the movie, I read it. And Michael Crichton's text explanation of the chaos theory in the book is so much more detailed and expanded than, you know, what we get from, what's the name of that actor who played the scientist? Malcolm. I guess he plays a scientist called Malcolm. CL, you've watched this movie a million times with your kid. What is the actor's name? Oh my goodness, he was the Fly, remember? Golly, goodness gracious, I can't remember. Are you guys dropping his name in the chat? What is it? That's funny. Pam says, I have abandoned ship. I'm sorry, you're in and out like a cork on the water. That's funny. Well, maybe you get a chance to come back later and hear me talking about peace, love, and understanding. Maybe you'll appreciate that. I think you would have some good feedback for me, Pam. I need you to kind of keep my rudder straight there. Help me keep my ship balanced once in a while. So when you get a chance, Pam, drop in and listen to what I said about peace, love, and understanding. Tell me if I'm completely off base. I need you kind of stabilizing force there. Glenn says, I like when Peace wears a wig and dances. And then Mike says, Little Caesars, that's nasty. But CL says, our Little Caesars here is really good. Our Little Caesars is very good. You know what I really like from our Little Caesars is they have this crazy bread that's got different kinds of cheesy bread. That's what it's called. It's basically like a white pizza. It's actually pretty yummy. Granny says, the people in my home can definitely be the ones who hit the buttons to interrupt my peace or interfere with my joy. The outside world, not so much, but I truly try to take things with a grain of salt. Yep, there you go. Allie says that. Allie says that Little Caesars is nasty. Your face says Little Caesars is nasty. M says, on the outside I look peaceful, but on the inside I'm freaking out. But it's in God's hands. Very good, very good. Pam, you're popping in and out like a cork on the water, but we're all ships on the seas here, and I hope we're not sinking. CL read the book. CL says she read Jurassic Park years before the movie, too. Thank you, Jeff Goldblum. That's who I could not remember his name. Yeah, I liked that movie, The Fly. Maybe I was the only one. I liked it. Warren says, I was at the Kualoa Beach Park across from where JP was filmed, Jurassic Park. chilling today instantly. Well, that's really cool. You're right across from where they filmed it. That's cool. Hey, Warren, where did they film Lost? I watched Lost religiously. Loved that show when it first came out, and I know a lot of that was filmed real close to where you are. Boy, I should watch Lost again. That's one of my favorite shows, man. 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. I have to watch that one through again. What a great show that was. And don't talk to me about how you hated the ending. I don't care. Who cares about the ending? It had a bad ending. Pam says she will do, which means she heard me ask for her listen through on my... It's funny because it was right before where you said you're popping like a cork, so you won't have to rewind much or go back and look for it later. It's the pro tip is to go back later to a live stream, like a day later, and then you can go into the transcript and you can scroll through the transcript and actually search for keywords. So if you search for peace, love, and understanding, that'll be an easy way to find it. Mike says, my son's text popped up at the top of my phone, so I read it, and then I just retyped, not thinking, in the live stream chat. That's the problem with those notifications at the top. You could blame it on the NyQuil. That's a good point. Yeah, your sinuses have been bothering you, and you're all drugged up. Right. There you go. Peace is a guy that has a fishing show in Wisconsin. Some of the people in here knows him. Cool. Did you know we have a Peace River here, which is popular for boating? And a really cool thing about the Peace River here is you can get on a boat and lower a bucket on a string down to the bottom of the river and drag it on the bottom of the river for a minute and pull it up, and you'll get shark's teeth. There are shark's teeth and shark's teeth fossils on the riverbed of the Peace River, which flows all through central Florida. There's no sharks in there, but there's shark's teeth, which tells you at some point all of Florida was probably underwater, and there must have been sharks there, because there's shark's teeth in the sharks. Basically, the Peace River is kind of washing all those shark's teeth out to the sea eventually. But it's also crystal clear. You get on the Peace River, and the water's crystal clear. It's fed by natural springs, and it's really, really pretty, crystal clear water, the Peace River. I bet Granny and Allie know about the Peace River, and I bet Jay does, the Revsecutioner. He knows about the Peace River. All the Floridians do. M says, peace is me having some coffee. Yeah, I agree. Let's take a look at my piece is... Let's see, what are my stickers that I've got? There's Mike's Adventure Sparks on here. My Fern Forest sticker. Don't Do Anything I Wouldn't Do. Vice Grip Garage, which is my favorite YouTuber. Escaping the Suburbs, another Fern Forest, and Smile More. And inside is a golden treasure. It's a box without roof or hinge or lid, but inside a golden treasure's hid. It's Publix Diet Sweet Tea. Yummy. So Warren answers me saying, Kaina Point on Oahu. Cool. And CL says, I wake up just for coffee with the cat. That's a good way to wake up. You know, the best part of waking up is Suzuki in your cup. Do you want to come up here? Do you want to come up here today? Come on. She's been jumping up here a lot. Here, let's hide the comments. There we go. Come on up. Come on. There you go. She's just been flat out jumping into my lap. She missed me today. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, Pam. Say hello, Pam. You have to look here at the camera. Look here. Look. Look up here. Up there. You are so stubborn. You must be a cat. Let's see. CL says, I keep hearing the song with the line, peace, love, and tenderness. I don't know if I know that song. I can kind of hear like a Motown song sort of vibe. So maybe it's some kind of like Smokey Robinson or something that you're talking about. But if you have to Google it and tell me what song it was. Warren says, the first episode scared me. I almost called 911. The crash set was on the beach and I had just returned from deployment. I had no idea about the show. Oh, yeah, that plane crash set that they built up on the beach there, that must have looked completely real, right? Wow. You just got back. That's right, you were in the Army. Okay, over you go. Back to the chair. Wow, you just came back from deployment. Warren, have you always been in Hawaii? Is that where you grew up? Is that your home, like, from childhood? Because if you returned from deployment there, then maybe that's where you're from. I don't know. You have to let me know. And then Glenn at Perlman 1 says, Mayor of Kingstown was filmed by my work. I went to work on one day last year, and saw Jeremy Renner shooting a scene. Cool. That's the guy that plays Hawkeye. The Mayor of Kingstown. That's on Paramount. I think that's on the Paramount Plus streaming service. Is that right, Glenn? I don't remember. I keep wanting to watch that. Series with Sylvester Stallone about Tulsa. I guess it's about a mafia guy who goes underground or something, or goes to Tulsa, Oklahoma. But I think Kingstown's on the same streaming service. Dana says, lucky you, CL. I wake up to 3 animals who you would think haven't been fed in a week. My 19-pound cat will literally stand on my face like, feed me, Seymour. Now, there's a reference Pam will know. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me, Seymour. I'm not going to say what it's from, but I certainly do know. But I know Pam knows all of our references, so Pam, you have to drop a chat. What is that from? Don't tell her, Dana. Don't say it. Feed me, Seymour. I got to see that before it was a movie. I got to see that as a off-Broadway play / musical in New York City. When I was in high school, we went on a field trip to New York City with my, I think it was with my journalism class. I was in journalism class in high school for several years, doing, school newspaper. And we went to New York City to go to some kind of teaching symposium thing or something at Columbia University. But in the evening, as a class, we all went to go see that play / musical off Broadway. And it was excellent. I loved it. Yeah. Hey, Peter, look who's awake. Look who's awake at the cool kids table. It's Peter. And Allie finally decided to grace us with her presence. How nice. Miss M says, beautiful cat. Thank you. Hey, Suzuki. Emily thinks you're pretty. She is a Maine Coon, and she's gigantic. I always forget how big she is because I'm so used to seeing her that size. But then I see a picture of me holding her or something, and she's ginormous. And Warren says, CL can be cool. So, Allie, good to see you made it. How are you doing? I haven't seen you on a few live streams. I haven't seen you at Sally's. I didn't see you at Daniel's. I haven't seen you in a few live streams. CL says, I'm remembering the song, Ron. Time, Love, and Tenderness by Michael Bolton. Ah, okay. I don't know that song, but I don't know anything by Michael Bolton except maybe his one big hit or something like that. So Peter decided to drop in and say, look at all the cool kids, and he got the reference correct. He said, Little Shop of Horrors. I love that movie. It's very funny. Now, have you ever seen the black and white 1960s version of Little Shop of Horrors? Everybody knows the one with, oh my gosh, it's got, boy, I'm really bad at names tonight. I'm actually usually very good at names. I see, the funny thing is I'll remember the name of somebody I met at Publix 3 years later, but I have a hard time remembering Steve Martin and what's the name of the nerdy little guy from Ghostbusters who was in Little Shop of Horrors. But more importantly, the old 1960s film Little Shop of Horrors has Jack Nicholson in it. A very, very young Jack Nicholson. Very, very young. So go check that out too. If you liked it, you'd get a kick out of that. Allie says it's a great movie. Everybody's saying hello to Allie and hello to Peter and hello to Allie and hello to Peter. Peter says, I would have been here earlier, but I just got caught up. I finished a Zoom call that started 5 hours ago. Wow. You had a 5-hour long Zoom call? Oh my goodness. What in the world could that have possibly been about? Warren says, not even close, you big dummy. Jamaica by birth, stationed here in '02. Okay, stationed in Hawaii, retired in 2010, taught military science at the University of Hawaii ROTC for 4 years. That's very cool. And now I do military training analyst work for the Department of Defense. Wow, cool. You'll be interested to know that I went to DODDS schools growing up. My dad was in the Navy. We were stationed overseas, and I am a product of the DODDS school system. Oh my gravy, look who's here. It's 8675309. Jenny on the block is here. She says, hi to all the cool kids I missed. I've had my eyes closed listening to Scott's podcasting voice. That's funny. Don't close your eyes, you'll fall asleep. Peter says it was originally scheduled for an hour, an interview with another creator. The interview lasted an hour, and then we just continued talking for 4 hours. Wow, that's funny. Well, I'm glad. It sounds like you're very relaxed and sound like you got along with that person very well, Peter, so that's cool. Glenn says, hey, Peter, it was good to get to know you in Sally's interview. I just subbed to you. Good, you'll enjoy him. Peter's been doing videos about how to do YouTube and how to do YouTube better. And once again, CL comes through and helps me out with the name. It was Rick Moranis. Of course it was. I'm really bad. He was so funny on, I think he came from Second City Television in Canada. He's a very funny guy. And Peter says, wasn't the girlfriend in the movie in Greece? I don't remember. And M had to Google what Feed Me Seymour meant because she's not Gen X. But that's okay. That's okay. And Peter says, thanks, Glenn. You too. Have a Guinness. And everybody says hi to each other. And Allie says, I forgot about the Jack Nicholson version. Yeah, I used to have that on VHS of all things. I don't know why. I got that on VHS because there was no YouTube. You couldn't go on YouTube and just watch an old 1960s movie. You had to own it on VHS or get it from Blockbuster or something. But, yep. Miss M is a baby. Allie says, Miss M is a baby. Oh, Peter says that it looked like Frenchie from Grease. Okay, I believe you. I don't remember her, actually. So, I'm not sure who Frenchie is from Greece either. I don't think I've seen Greece enough times to know who Frenchie is. So, but I believe you. Is she the one who thought she was pregnant in Greece? Warren says, hey, CL, I bet you do well at group kiss games. Probably she does, yes. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was a good movie. Allie says I loved him in that. And CL says, not only did she watch a lot of movies in the 80s, but she has an excellent memory for those things, so that's good. Peter says, the best Jack Nicholson movie is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It might be. It might be. I think some people would pick A Few Good Men, although he's not in it very much. He sure does steal the scenes he's in that with. I think that some people might like The Shining. The woman with pink hair is Frenchie. Yeah, I don't remember Grease well enough, buddy. I'm sorry. I haven't watched Grease, but maybe 2, possibly 3 times in my whole life, and I doubt if one of them has been in this decade. Or in this decade, as you would say in England. This decade. No, I don't know who she is. I don't know who Frenchie is. Sorry. M has watched Grease. I bet she's watched Grease since I have. Yeah. Dana likes The Shining. Another movie that I watched, that I read the book first, and so kind of ruined the movie for myself by liking the book, you know. Oh well. Don't watch scary movies. Yeah, I don't watch scary movies anymore. That's for sure. I did back in the old days. Hey, what do you guys say we do Encourager and Commenter of the Week? That's what we should do. I think we should do the Encourager and Commenter of the Week. Who will it be? Do you guys have any guesses? Does anybody have any thoughts who it might be? When you read comments in my channel, if you see a really, really great comment, you should reply to them and tell me, hey, Scott, this should be Comment of the Week, because I want your input and feedback on this as well. So from now on, whenever you see an outstanding comment I want you to say this should be comment of the week and help me pick one, okay? So let's start. We have the commenter of the week is Pam. This is Pam, also known as Pam's Stories for Humans. And she said, I enjoyed this, talking about my joy video from this week. She said, I enjoyed, in quotes, this, Scott. Keeping a spirit of gratitude is very important. We have so much to be thankful for, even when there are significant struggles in life. And I loved it. It was a great play on words with enjoy, and it reinforced the value of gratitude. And as you can see, my reply to Pam here in that comment was, like I always say, gratitude is a muscle that we have to keep toned up. So when we need it, it's got the strength to keep going. You know, that's kind of ripped off. When I say gratitude is a muscle, I'm kind of stealing that in a way. But not exactly. I'm stealing that in a way, from Dave Ramsey, the financial advice, financial peace guy. The pay off your house, get out of credit cards, don't go in debt guy. He talks about generosity, and his attitude and what he always says is that being a generous person, being generous is a muscle, and we have to exercise the generosity muscle. I kind of steal that, twist it, flip it, scratch that, reverse it, and I like to say that gratitude, being a grateful person, is a muscle. Like Sally always says, right? Too grateful to be hateful. So congrats, Pam. Way to go, Pam. You are the commenter of the week. That grants you a free coffee if I ever run into and see you. That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to say, if I ever see you in person, free coffee on me. Or if you would rather have a diet sweet tea from Publix, on me. Now, who was the encourager of the week? That's the next question. Did you guys do any guesses? Let's see if I'm missing anything in the chat. CL says, I like commenting on the comments. Well, CL, guess who is the runner-up commenter of the week? It's you. I don't always do a runner-up, but this one made me laugh. This was from yesterday. On my video about joy, in which I go to Publix, I said, I got to go get Suzuki some food. We're running out of food. And she says, oh no, Suzuki can't run out of food. And I thought that was a very funny comment. So CL, you get the commenter of the week runner up. So if I ever run into you and see you, Publix Diet Sweet Tea on me. But she says, I want the French fries. I will be happy to share my French fries with you. Encourager of the week. Did I not fill in an encourager of the week? Did I leave this blank? This is my blank template file. Did I forget to do an encourager of the week? Oh my goodness. This is going to be 50 demerits for Slytherin. I forgot to put it. I forgot to do an encourager. You know, I forgot. Well, not only that, I forgot to go through my entire slide deck and see if there was anything I missed. I'm going to have to do 2 encouragers of the week next week. I owe you guys an encourager of the week. So I will have an encourage. You know I had somebody in mind too. Who was I thinking of? I had somebody in mind who had a very encouraging video. And now I can't think of it. Dag nabbit. Man. Sometimes the old brain, maybe I need more ketchup. Maybe I'm not getting enough ketchup in my diet. You know, ketchup has natural mellowing agents which help diffuse some of that stress and chaos in your life. Maybe I need to be getting more ketchup in my life. I'm thinking that's probably what's going on. That's why I couldn't remember Rick Moranis or Jeff Goldblum. I don't know who Frenchie is. I forgot to do the encourager of the week. I should be ashamed of myself. It's just not right. There's got to be a better way, but maybe I just need to get some more ketchup in my life. Let's get caught up on the comments. What am I missing here? Everybody's saying congratulations to Pam for being commenter of the week. Peter says Gen X always seems to prefer the middle finger muscle, especially in traffic. Ask Jen, she does it all the time. Peter, you're so mean. You are so mean. Yeah, CL said I want the French fry for her reward. Debbie says LOL. CL, oh my Peter. Oh my Peter. Ah, hilarious. Jen says, Peter, you're lucky I'm not on true badass form this evening. And Peter says, Jen, we're all lucky for that. CL says, oh no, you're going to lose the House Cup. Well, I don't think Slytherin was going to win the House Cup this year anyway, but I'm certainly not helping things. Allie says, listen, Allie, your face is dropping the ball. Dana says, you're Slytherin? Was there ever any doubt, honestly? I mean, seriously. Was there ever any doubt? Allie says that I need more ketchup. Maybe I'm not getting enough ketchup in my... Do any of you guys know what that reference is from? Rhonda's here in the house. Hello, Rhonda. Did you just finish your live stream? It's great to see you over here. Maybe you know. Maybe we need a good Midwesterner like Yvonne or Mike or some other Midwesterner to know what is the reference when I say maybe you're not getting enough ketchup in your diet. I don't know. Maybe that one's too obscure. Maybe none of you guys are going to know that one. Jen says, Peter, we need to know who you were talking to for 5 hours. Yeah, Peter. Why don't you tell us in Discord? In Discord, tell us who you were talking to. You did a 1-hour interview. Well, you know we're going to know when he puts the video out. When he puts out a 1-hour video interview, we're going to know that's the person you talked to for another 4 hours after the interview was over. So, but you could tell us in the chat here, or you could tell us in the Discord. And Pam drops back in like a cork on the ocean. Now, Pam, if you didn't hear it when you were out gallivanting about doing things with your friends, I don't know, care and feeding your husband or whatever you're doing with your life, you missed the fact that you were commenter of the week. Pam, you got to stop wandering out. Just because the door's open, Pam, doesn't mean you can go wandering out. You're missing all the fun, and you were commenter of the week, and I bet you missed it. Oh, well, that's okay. Rhonda doesn't know the ketchup reference. Pam doesn't know that one either, and you are into all the sayings. I'll let you guys know. The Ketchup Advisory Board was a bit that Garrison Keillor would do in his radio shows, A Prairie Home Companion, straight from Minnesota with their Midwestern accents. They had a really funny radio show. I think it was on weekends on NPR or something like that in the evenings. It was a variety show with music and entertainment, and there was little skits that they would do on the radio, and they'd have these little fake commercials that were presented. And one of them was by the Ketchup Advisory Board, who would do these little commercials in which they'd do a skit where somebody was stressed out about something, like being locked away inside the house for a long winter. And the wife would say, dear, maybe you're not getting enough ketchup right now. You know, ketchup has natural mellowing agents. And this message is brought to you by the Ketchup Advisory Board. So if you've never heard A Prairie Home Companion with Garrison Keillor, it all took place on Lake Wobegon, where the what was the saying, that the women are strong, the men are handsome, and the children are all above average, or something like that. I forget. Garrison Keillor was a very funny humorist. Yes, Pam, you missed it. You were the encourager of the week, and you missed it. And M wants to know if Jem lives in the UK. No, she lives in Canada, but she used to live in the UK. And Pam says, I am so sad. Okay, rewind. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate being commenter of the week. Obviously, you don't appreciate it enough to stick around to the live stream just because you have a life outside of YouTube. You know, I think you really need to evaluate your prior. Hold on, Scott. Calm down, Scott. Don't get wound up, Scott. Don't get excited. Maybe I need more ketchup. I think I need to have something with ketchup on after this live stream. I'll have to think of something. Oh, no. CL says hi to Rhonda, and Rhonda says, hey, thanks for the bug. And M says, oh, that's right. I heard you telling us in your live stream one time. Don't mind me, Jen. Oh, she's talking about the fact that she's in Canada now. Yep. And Pam says, I dropped the ball. That's okay. CL says, Grumpy Cat, you are grumpy. You need a Snickers bar. Maybe you need a Snickers. No, you just need more ketchup. And Peter is discussing his email correspondence in my live stream like it's his own private Discord server or something. I'm just kidding. I'm giving you a hard time, Peter. Rhonda wants to know if Heinz is sponsoring this live. What is the best ketchup? You know, Heinz, if you're from Pittsburgh, right? The Heinz ketchup empire. I think the reason I think they're in Pittsburgh is because I think the Heinz family owns the Pittsburgh Steelers. Isn't that right? That's why they have Heinz Field? Or is that unrelated and completely unrelated? I don't know. Maybe I'm completely off base on that one. I don't know. What's the other big ketchup? Del Monte? Nobody eats Del Monte, do they? Not really. Is it? Do you spell it with a K or catsup? I don't know. What did the daddy tomato say to the little baby tomato when he was lagging behind? He said, "Catch up." Anyway, Warren says, you are so dating yourself, kind of like Paul Harvey. By bringing up Garrison Keillor, I'm dating myself. And now you know the rest of the story. Mike Adventure Spark says, speaking of my watch, where is Tyler and Daniel? Well, Tyler was here. Tyler dropped in. By the way, Tyler was going crazy on Sally's live stream. You give him a little bit of power. He's a moderator, and he was banning everybody on Sally's live stream. All of her viewers and subscribers, he banned her from the channel. Banned them. He was just banning everybody. A little bit of power to that guy's head, and boy, he went crazy with the ban hammer. I've only got one moderator on this channel, but looking at how nice everybody is on this channel and in this comments, I don't need a moderator. The only moderator I have is Lori, and Lori doesn't even come to this live stream anymore. It's not appreciated in this establishment. So maybe I got to designate one of you faithful ones as a moderator, just in case somebody came in here, just in case anybody tried to come in here and be a troller. I'm going to nominate CL. Maybe CL would be willing to be my sole moderator since Lori blew us off and doesn't care about us anymore. All she cares about now is Soul Circle, her Substack, Soul Patches. What is it called? Soul Patch? Soul Sister? I don't know. When we get to the producer shout-outs, we'll remember because that's in there. Dana says, Heinz. Wait, there's other brands? Says the lady from Pennsylvania. CL says, oh, Fancy Whataburger is the best ketchup. Oh, I didn't know that. I might have to try and find some of that. We don't have Whataburgers here, unfortunately, and we also don't have A&W. But we've got The Habit, which is a really good hamburger. At least it used to be. And more importantly, we have Charm City Burger Company. Oh, I had that on Sunday evening. Oh, my gravy. I went to Charm City Burger Company with my friend, $100 Eric, and we sat around having burgers and listening to a podcast together on Sunday night. It was the greatest Father's Day chill out. Two guys who are fathers, not spending time with their kids, not spending time with their wives, spending time with each other, sitting on the patio of the Charm City Hamburger Company, listening to a podcast together. And then after our meal was over, we lit up pipes and cigars and had a lovely afternoon watching the trains go by. It's right next to the train tracks. So we were watching the Bright Line trains and the freight trains, the Tropicana orange juice trains pulling through South Florida. I had an awesome Father's Day evening there with my buddy $100 Eric. And then Glenn here is setting me straight. He says, they were a sponsor of the field, but no more. They changed the name. Okay, and I guess does the Heinz family have anything to do with the Pittsburgh Steelers other than sponsoring the field, or are they not really anything to do with ownership? I wouldn't even know who owns the Steelers. Pam corrects me. She says my priorities are in a knot apparently. And then Allie tells me I like Publix ketchup and Hunt's. Merrick is a Heinz fan. Oh my goodness, Allie, I have never even thought about Publix ketchup. I have got to try Publix ketchup. Maybe I'm not getting enough Publix ketchup in my diet. All right, let me get caught up on the chat, and then we'll do the supporter shout-outs, because we've got some newly updated shout-outs this week, and we got to get to our shout-outs, right? Peter says I could pull off a Bob Newhart impression. I'll have to work on that for next week. Pam says Heinz ketchup for sure. I have to have ketchup. I only like to dip fries in. I'm glad to hear that in Canada you're not putting gravy on your French fries and making it into poutine. You're having ketchup on your fries. Although I gotta be honest, gravy and cheese on French fries sounds like it would be coma-inducing, but heaven on the way to that coma. So I'm not really going to criticize poutine. I haven't really had a good bowl of yummy Canadian poutine, but it does sound fantastic. The real question is, can you put ketchup on poutine? CL says Lori's on vacation. And M says, I live in Indiana, so the only popular town I live in is the basketball team who won a championship game. Okay. I don't know anything about basketball. I don't know the foul line from my behind. Warren says, gotta skedaddle. Be good out there. Aloha. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, Warren. Appreciate you, buddy. And Peter says, I loved the Harvey's burger when I lived in Canada. Oh, I didn't even know you lived in Canada. Where did you live in Canada, and for how long, and when? That's what we want to know, Peter. Tell us the scoop. Tell us the scoop. And Glenn sets me straight here saying, no, the owners are the Rooneys. Okay, the Rooney family. I guess I might have heard about that when the big news was going up that they were going to fire their coach or something. I guess I probably heard about the Rooney family. CL says good night. CL says Whataburger French fries in their white gravy is really good. Oh, white gravy. Is that the same kind of gravy, CL, that we have in the South on our biscuits and gravy? Because I can imagine that kind of, spicy sausage gravy on French fries would be unbelievable. Also, CL, you got to tell me whether or not it's okay to make you a moderator. I might do it. You're the only one I trust, lady. Mike says, I love sweet potato fries and honey mustard. I like sweet potato fries with salt on them. M says, my dad has a new summer menu. He has a bison burger. Oh, I've had bison burgers before. They're very good. It's very lean. Very lean, but good meat. And Peter was in Edmonton from 06 to 07. Okay, cool. I did not know that. Go Oilers. Tyler heard us talking about Whataburgers and he dropped in to say, yum. And Allie likes apple butter on her sweet potato fries. I never heard of the like. I like apple butter on toast, but I never heard of putting it on sweet potato fries. That sounds like a good idea. And CL confirms, yes, biscuit gravy. Biscuits and gravy. The kind of gravy you get in biscuits on gravy on Whataburger French fries. Wow. I've got some biscuits and gravy mix in there that I should probably whip up and try it on some French fries. I think I know what I'm going to be making. And Peter says, what in the Publix chiller aisle is apple butter? Oh, Peter. Oh, my sweet summer child, if you don't know what apple butter is, oh my gravy. My child, apple butter is undescribable. You're just gonna, I don't know, buddy. You're just gonna have to learn that one for yourself. Thank you, CL, for being willing to be a moderator. You are going to be a managing moderator, which is the highest level of moderator there is. So now she should be turning blue. Her name should be blue in the chat because she's my new queen of the chat. Thank you, CL. I appreciate you. I know we never get trolled here, but you never know. We might get raided. You never know when something funny could happen. So it's nice to have a backup. All right. Hey, let's do the producer shout-outs real quick, and then after that we'll get back into the chat because it is already 10 after 9. and I don't want to miss that. Some of you guys might be hanging out to watch the producer shout out. So let's get that over in case some of you got to go, and I want you to be able to watch that. So people like Warren who already had to leave, maybe they can come back and rewatch those later. So as I always say, you're not just supporters, you're not just viewers, you're not just commenters, you are the producers of this show. As you know, Hollywood producers are generally responsible for the financing of a project, and my producers are listed in the show notes as a legitimate and real credit for your bio. They're valid anywhere Hollywood-style credits are recognized. If you're wondering if I stole this idea from the No Agenda podcast, absolutely I did, because it's a great idea and it's a great way to handle a value for value transaction. You guys support me, I want to give you credit for that as a producer. So let's do some shout outs. And as a reminder, your producer entitles you to a shout out or a plug for whatever you want. I can talk about your family business, your YouTube channel, a charity, a new project. You can tell your mom you says hi. Do you know what that reference is from, anybody? Tell your mom I says hi. What's that one from? It's your call, so you get to write your own note and your own shout out. Come on into Discord. Tell me what you want it to be. You can send me an email. My email address is in the channel description. I read my supporter shout outs on my live stream every week, and you can tell me what you want it to be. You got a new YouTube series you're doing videos about? You got a podcast you're starting? Do you want to mention the Association for the Prevention of Cruelty to Ketchup? Whatever charity you want to support, anything like that. Whatever you want, just leave me a note and I will do a shout out for you. So let's jump right into them. And first, right off the bat, my newest queen of the chat, the queen of the live stream chat, is CL Fantasy Waves Art Studio. She's got a YouTube channel in which she is giving us fantasy, art, and cats. I think Suzuki got tired. She's wandered off. Put a little cardboard box under the desk, and she was kind of chilling on that. So I don't know where she wandered. But at CL Fantasy Waves Art Studio YouTube channel, you will find serenity and tranquility, mindfully selected music, and she is sharing kindness and joy through art. One of these days, maybe she'll show us her face, but for now, we will have to be satisfied watching her paint from the wrists down. And look who just decided to grace us with her presence. Grace us, get it? Haha, get it? I see what I did there. It's Graciela. Gracie G is in the house. Welcome from Australia. So thanks for dropping into the chat, lady. We're just now starting the shout out, so you'll be here in time to see your shout out when I get to it. So Triple G is in the house. Very good. Just a reminder, by the way, I just wanted to show another picture of the little green dragon. Beautiful artwork, which is behind me. Whoops, nope, this way. On my shelf behind me, but I got a photograph here so you guys can see the beautiful little green dragon watercolor painting original from CL. I know you're all jealous. I also want to give a shout out to Koba's Cattails by Tracy. She's got 4 beautiful cats, Koba, Sugar, Oliver, and Pepper. And at her channel, she celebrates kindness, positivity, and we get a daily dose of kitty cuteness. She's got a series she's been doing on her shorts called Quotes with Kitty, so I hope you all will go check out Koba's Cattails with Tracy and enjoy it. I want to give a shout out to Life with Gen X Values, our friend Jen. Jen shows up for Gen Xers who are ready to move from survival mode to living in integrity and optimism. Period, comma. For some reason, I have a strange comma, a stray comma there. We're going to have to fix that. She's exploring how to maintain mental stability without blowing up the life you've already built. Thank you very much, 8675309. And Ben in real life is starting the Learn Something New Every Day movement. He's doing a video every single day. Watch this new series on his really fun channel. Don't forget, the classroom doors are always open. Quick reminder, you can get merchity merch. I highly recommend the coffee mug. That's probably my favorite piece of merch on the shop.winningtheweek.org. It actually comes in 3 sizes. You can get a gigantic coffee mug or a medium-sized coffee mug or a cute little espresso mug. And I've got water bottles and t-shirts, but I'm a big fan of the mugs. I need to get myself one. I'm going to get one of those there, and I'm going to drink my diet sweet tea out of it. Let's give a shout to Mike's Adventure Sparks. Mike is a really fun member in the Discord server. He always gives us videos from his workplace and tells us good morning every morning. He's making exciting videos about camping, boating, fishing, the workday grind, and getting through the week in a friendly and optimistic way. I would also like to give a shout out to the very generous Brandon and Ashton. You guys, they have gifted 20 membership YouTubes multiple times. They're extremely generous. And you know, Brandon was hit with some unfortunate trips to the hospital there, which impacted their ability to work. His work situation was very negatively impacted, and they were also unfortunately moved out of where they live, and I have not seen them live streaming very much lately. So please do keep in mind that they have a GoFundMe, and if you got some spare change you want to toss their way, I know it would be very helpful. They're just a very lovely couple, and I really like these guys a lot. Shout out to Big D's place. That's Sally's hubby. Big D is making videos about starting over with a job hunt in his 60s, and he's just really great on camera. If you haven't had a chance to watch Big D's place, he's very, very good and entertaining on camera, so check him out. I have not seen Flight Quest 40 tonight. He usually drops in and says hi to us on the live stream. But Flight Quest 40 has a YouTube channel in which he does Friday IFR and Wednesday VFR videos. He's flying a variety of general aviation aircraft in real time with all kinds of weather situations in his home aviation simulator. Lots of fun. And of course, Dana's still here saying hi to everybody. Look at these beautiful pictures of these cookies and cupcakes. I couldn't think of the word cupcake. Oh my goodness. Dana makes excellent baking and cooking videos and has started live streaming more frequently. And her videos make me very hungry, Dana. Looks like Pops has dropped into the chat. How's it going, Pops? Hello there, Mrs. Winning the Week. Welcome home. Good to see you here. Don't conk me in the head. Welcome. We're not going to put you on camera. Don't worry. I would not dare grab this camera and spin it around, and I would get killed. Pearlman 1. Glenn has practical videos on precision shooting, archery, reloading, and practical hunting lessons in the outdoors. And as we saw already, he gave me a How He's Winning the Week video that came out in my Monday video. So rewind back the channel, look at the Monday video, and see Pearlman 1's video where he told me how he's winning the week, but more importantly, called me out. I was called out. Don't forget Pam's Stories for Humans, who was our commenter of the week. Pam shares her wisdom and life experiences with colorful stories and practical applications for growing and healing. Tyler from the Outdoor Tennessean YouTube channel brings us on his father and son outdoors adventures. Lori, who's been with me as a supporter longer than anybody, is writing on Substack now. So substack.com/@Lori Soul Circle. That's Lori Soul Circle. Lori is a writer, a YouTube, and a guide for soulful living. She helps people reconnect with the part of themselves buried under roles and routines. Life's too short to sleepwalk through it. Subscribe for clarity and soul-fueled momentum. If you don't know about Substack, it's just a blog, an email newsletter service, and a membership platform all rolled into one. So that's substack.com/@Lori Soul Circle. Pops, glad to see you dropped in. And Jet3360, Oh my goodness, we gotta do the thing, you guys, real quick. Looks like Gracie, did you go buying people memberships? Oh my gravy, all these random people. Let me scroll back and find out where she did it. Look at that. She gave out 5 Winning the Week memberships to people. Let's see who got the memberships. Dreamlight Days, congratulations. Sam Lee 3039, congratulations. About a Mile Adventures, congratulations. Jet 30360, congratulations. And Mahapati channel also received a free membership from. Thank you so much for handing those out to all the folks. If you come in and happen to see this live stream, there are members only videos that I have made for folks. I hope you get a chance to go in and check those out. That was so sweet of you, Graciela. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. And let's just double check and make sure I didn't miss out. Also, Gracie herself is celebrating her 3-month anniversary as a member. Peter Urbanowski, here's a shout out. Peter is making videos teaching people how to do YouTube, and he's focusing on the editing process right now. And he also wanted me to shout out the fact that he just lost 4 pounds. Peter has been exercising, and he's been practicing good physical health. Congratulations, Peter, on losing 4 pounds out of what we know will be many more. I'm so happy for you, Peter. Shout out to Jay, the resident Revsecutioner. Reverend Jay is a custom car and motorcycle builder who turns simple projects into epic adventures. He's bringing a neglected 2008 Buell Blast back from the dead, and he's renovating his camper, Moby Dick. And he's sharing the whole journey on his YouTube channel. Definitely check him out. Jay is also extremely encouraging in the Discord server. He is always there to lift other people up, tells people that he's praying for them. He's there in the mornings to tell everybody how you doing. And he even told me to watch out when I said we had a lightning storm coming here. He was like, watch out, Scotty. Don't get in trouble there, buddy. Fishing with Ali G gives us upbeat, optimistic fishing videos, uplifting stories, and a whole bunch of positive energy. Be sure you catch her live stream, Fishing with Ali G. And Yvonne over at Nana's Place shares Christian affirmations and encouraging wisdom in her engaging videos and live streams. Don't miss them. Don't forget Daniel. Now, DG Outdoors channel has been renamed the Outdoors with Daniel YouTube channel, where you can find hunting, fishing, birding, archery, air guns, DIY, and military surplus, etc. His channel's tag is at Outdoors with Daniel 19, and you can also just search for annual Outdoors with Daniel. Search for Outdoors with Daniel, and don't miss that. Mike, the aging retiree, who's also known as Otis because there's too many Mikes, he has a video channel in which he focuses on wisdom on retirement, healthy living, and recently been giving us YouTuber tips. So also congrats on finally hitting 1,000 subs, Otis. That's fantastic, and we're very proud of you, buddy. Graciela Gracie G. The fantastic Graciela takes us to explore awesome parts of Melbourne, Australia. Not Melbourne, Florida, where Granny lives, but Melbourne, Australia, focusing on interesting and upbeat aspects of life. And she also just splurged and gave 5 free memberships. So that was so super cool. Nicole Dow and Jay, seems like they live stream almost every single day. They've got a really cool off-grid woods homesteading over in Ontario. I think we talked about this last time. Is it Ontario or Ontario? I'm going to say Ontario. They've got a lot of content about their dogs and livestock, fishing, nature adventures. Go spend some time in Canada watching Nicole Dow and Jay's live streams. And Warren, who had to bail out a little bit a while ago, Warren has the Optimistic Absurdist channel. He says the world doesn't always make sense, and maybe it's not supposed to. Warren's channel is a place to slow down, question gently, and make peace with the absurdity of being human. He explores life, meaning, discipline, curiosity, and calm, not by pretending to have the answers, but by learning how to live well without them. So that's it for the producer shoutouts. Just a reminder, if you would like me to change anything or write something new or talk about a new series or any new content for my shoutouts on Wednesday night's live streams, you can email me winningtheweek777@gmail.com and let me know. Or jump into our Discord server. There's a whole channel where you can write what you would like your producer shoutout to be. And I would love to do that for you. It's just my way of returning thanks to you guys for supporting me and for showing so much love all the time. Let's jump into the chat and see what I missed here. Now, I know there's quite a few things here. Jen says, I'll send you a message on Discord in the morning before you leave for your appointment. That's to M, I'm sure, right? Because she's got her doctor's appointment tomorrow. Dana says, I wonder if DoorDash would bring me Whataburger to Pittsburgh. I don't know. You can try. Peter says, I'm still working on the Publix boar sauce, whatever it's called. Yeah, we got to try that. CL has a blue coat. Congratulations, CL, on your blue coat. Very good. They were the brown coats in Serenity. Remember that in Firefly? The brown coats. And Gracie says, hello from me. CL says, actually, Jen says, CL, you have the power, like She-Ra. That's so 80s. Everybody's saying hi to Gracie for her showing up. She's been resting. Don't say sorry for resting. Don't say you're sorry, Gracie, for resting. You need your rest. And Gracie says, so good to see you all here after the hospital visit and live walking in the city Monday. You've been resting. Very good. If you guys didn't get a chance to watch her live stream walking around the city, be sure you go back and check out a trip to Melbourne. And she just hit 3 months as a member here. Long live the Queen, says Ali G, talking about our Queen of the chat. And CL says, you're too nice. I'm terrible at self-promotion. I like flying under the radar. Flying under the radio? Flying under the radar. Well, CL, we will promote you so you don't have to. That is fine. You sit down at the foot of the table, and then we'll invite you up here to the head of the table instead. Peter says, CL could be the female Bob Ross. I used to love watching him. So reacts. Oh, we all used to love watching Bob Ross. He was so nice to watch. So relaxing. In the afternoons, when I worked midnights, I'd come home. In the afternoons, I'd watch a Chicago Bears game in the afternoon and then watch Bob Ross and fall asleep. Everybody loves Tracy. Everybody says, yay, Jen. And then Glenn says that they have one of Bob Ross's paintings in the Smithsonian. I did not know that. That's cool. We used to skip school and then drive to the Smithsonian and walk around the Smithsonian all day instead of being at school where we should have been. It's kind of funny to think that we'd be driving to school and not really wanting to go. I'd say to my friend Steve, I'd say, do you want to go see the Hope Diamond? He'd say, what do you mean? I'd say, do you want to go look at the Hope Diamond instead of going to school? Yeah. We'd skip school, drive to the metro station, park the car, get on the metro, ride the metro into the Smithsonian stop, and wander around the Smithsonian Museum all day, looking at things like, I think they had a relic from the TV show MASH, and the gigantic, humongous elephant in the rotunda that Teddy Roosevelt shot, and the Hope Diamond. Absolutely. CL says, Ben and I love Thundercats. Thunder, thunder, Thundercats. By the power of Grayskull. Gracie says, Peter, Mike, M, Gen X, Ali, Pearl, Dana, and all. Scott, of course, our fabulous mate. She's just saying hi to everybody. Em is saying, bye, everybody. See you on the streets of YouTube. Have a good appointment tomorrow, Em. We're here. We're pulling from you. Let us know how it went in Discord. And Peter says, somebody inform me at your earliest convenience what 83569, whatever the code means. Peter, you're going to have to turn in your Gen X card, my friend. If you don't know what 8675309 means, you're not truly Gen X, my friend. Oh, Jenny. Who can I turn to? Peter doesn't know what 8675309 means, Jenny. You give me something I can hang on to. I mean, how does he not know? the number. I saw the number written on the wall. Peter, I don't know what to say, my friend. I've given you more clues than you deserve. Jenny, I've got your number, and I'm going to make you mine. Jenny, 867-5309. Ah, Peter, turn in your Gen X card at the door. And then when I was showing the shout outs, and I showed Mike on screen, he goes, "Hey, that's me. Hey, Mike, look here, it's you." Take a nice big swig. Hey, we hit the 1.5 hour mark. All right, very cool. Gracie says, "Simply Debbie Sue, I hope you had an amazing birthday and still have a beautiful time, sweetie." Gracie, you'll have to watch the very, very beginning of this live stream if you get a chance, because I did some birthday shout-outs, including Debbie Sue. And looks like Pops has been able to pop back in. Pops is back in the house. How you doing, my friend? Tonight, before I think it was Sally's live stream, I was watching your video on things not to do when you retire, and that was really good. I enjoyed the heck out of that. Now, sometimes I think I know what somebody's going to talk about, and I thought I knew what you were going to talk about on that video, but I started watching it and I was wrong. And I got to be honest with you guys, I'm not big about retirement. I don't intend to ever retire. Don't intend to ever quit working. I don't intend to be retired. Sometimes these channels, like Old Man Mike, you got channels that talk about being in the fourth quarter of life and stuff, and kind of turns me off a little bit because I intend to live forever. And so, when people talk about being at the end of their life or at the last stages of life and all this other stuff, really doesn't apply to me. I'm only 56, but it's like I'm just basically a teenager. I'm still just a young and a kid because I don't intend to die. I figure Enoch never died, and Elijah didn't die, and I don't see anything that says I have to die. So, Bible says it's appointed to people to die once, but that means no more than once. That doesn't mean you have to die. Otherwise, Enoch violated that, and Elijah violated that. So, when it says you're appointed to die once, that just means no more than once. It's like you're not going to be reincarnated 50 times and die 50 times. But there's nothing that says you have to die. So I'm not planning on it. So a lot of these YouTube channels that people make things like, let me talk about what to do as you're getting ready to die, don't apply to me. But I did enjoy the video on what not to do when you retire. Not that I plan to retire, because why would I want to retire? I'm having too much fun, being unretired. So anyway, that's my rant. That's my rant. Let's see here. What am I missing in the chat here? Gracie says, "Good to see you, Pops." And Gracie says, "Peter, how is beautiful England?" He's ferry across the Mersey. Yeah, they are hot. He was complaining about that in Discord, saying it was like 32 degrees in metrified degrees, but over here in Americanized degrees is something like 95 degrees American. So they're having a heat wave, and they don't have air conditioning. I bet you guys don't have it in Australia either. Is air conditioning common in Australia, Gracie? I'd love to know the answer to that one, but I know that the Europeaners, both on the continent and on the fair Britannic Isles, they don't have air conditioning really very often. So Peter says, "Gracie, I had to climb into the cooker to cool down." Yeah, exactly. Did you do it again, Gracie? Did you give another 5? Did you give another 5 memberships out beyond the ones that I already saw? Oh my gravy! You did it again? Do I have to hit the button? New member laser show, new member lazy show, and she gave it out to, let's see, Dreamlight Days and Sam Lee 3009 and About a Mile Adventure and Jet. Are these the same ones I already saw? Maybe I already saw these. I don't know. I bet I already saw these. But if you did it twice, then I double thank you, ma'am. Dana says, I greatly appreciate you, Scott. I'm assuming you're saying when I was talking about your channel making me hungry. But I appreciate you too, Dana. You're awesome. I hope you do more live streams. Gracie says, I hope you have a great night. Thursday here, 11:30 a.m. Beautiful, cold, sunny winter day. Stopped into a church. Yeah, I keep forgetting it's winter in Australia. And also where our friend Geraldine lives in Peru. It's winter there, right? I found along the way. I should play you guys a song. How about if I play you guys a little bit of music? I haven't done that in a while. Let's play a little bit of tunes. Would you guys like to hear some musicala? The song's called Peter Urbanowski, and he's a wild man. And Peter Urbanowski is a wild man down the street. I'm just making up words. The funny thing is that my wife and my boy Logan is in there in the kitchen talking to each other, trying to have a conversation, and I'm in here making a racket. Making all kinds of noise and racket, playing music for Peter. Hope you enjoyed it, buddy. It's the Peter Urbanowski non-AI theme song. CL's finally cluing him in to what 8675309 is. That's the song Jenny by Tommy Two Town. Was it 1981? Wow, that takes you back. Oh my gravy. Very cool. Pam says, thanks for the shout out. Pam says, I'm so tired, guys. I worked very hard in the hot sun today. I might have to take off and just cover my pillow. Much love to everybody. Say good night, Pam. Good night, Pam. Nobody's got to hang out any longer than they want to. She probably missed the awesome music, though. Mike, been out of it a bit, slowly climbing back. Everybody said, good night, Pam. Good night, Pam. Peter agrees that Jay is so cool. Home Health Harmony. Hey, good to see you. I've enjoyed your channel before. First time catching a live. And you guys, if you don't know Triple H here, she has left some really sweetheart comments before on the videos. I'm so glad you were able to drop in on one of our late night live streams. Everybody help me remember, we got to add her to the producer shout outs. We got to give HHH here a producer shout out next week. And if you don't know what that is, Home Health Harmony. By the way, if you have another name you'd like us to call you, just drop it in the chat. Let me know what you want us to call you. We'd be happy to call you Home Health Harmony. For all I know, maybe your name is Harmony. Is Harmony your name? But anyway, tell us what you want us to call you. But welcome to the Cool Kids table. You got plenty of room over here. I saved you a spot right here at the Cool Kids table, Triple H. And if you forgot your lunch, I will share my French fries with you. No problem. Glad to have you. I'm glad you made it. And I see everybody's being nice to you in the chat, which is good because this is a great group of kids. Everybody's super nice here. Pop says, hey there, Peter, Gracie, CL. Everybody saying hi to the Pops man. And then Peter says, I don't remember ever hearing the song. I'll have to go back and check it tomorrow. Watch it turn out to be the song I loved and never knew the name. And then Peter says, oh, Jesus Fix It. I just listened to the song. I did not recall ever hearing it until they started using the numbers. And then I'm sure I've heard it and sang along to that particular part at family parties. It's a very, very famous song, sir, but you just didn't remember it. That's okay. That's all right. We will let you keep the Gen X card this one time. What to do when you're getting ready to die? Call a bloody ambulance stat. Jeez. Pop says, you may be right. If Jesus comes back, nobody will have to die. Well, that's one way of looking at it. Yep. Gracie says, nope, it's the old one. And sometimes you guys make comments to each other. I don't even know. I don't even know what you're talking about. Like CL says, Peter, laughing face. And Gracie says, Southern Hemisphere, cold AF at the moment. Peter says, that was the highlight of my day. Did you like that song, Peter? Peter says, 1981, I was 2. You were 2 in 1981? Is that true? Then you're not, are you barely Gen X? Man, you're on the verge of being millennial, buddy. You better watch out. Triple H. Oh, her name is Amy, everybody. Everybody say hi to Amy. Amy, great. We will remember that. And I'm so glad you're here. But you guys, if you haven't had a chance to check out Home Health Harmony's channel, she does a lot of really great videos about overcoming adversity. And she's had some struggles that she's had to overcome. And I got to tell you, the videos I watch, she is a winner. She is not just winning the week, she's winning the whole darn life. So check out Amy's channel if you get a chance, and we will definitely add her to the the producer shout-outs next time. Cool. And Gracie says, I was 11 in 1981. Gracie, you and I, we've talked about this before. You and me were born the same year. 1970 kids for the win, because that's the best year of all. Well, hey, everybody, I'm going to call it a night. We've gone for an hour, 45 minutes, something like that, counting the pre-show. Don't forget, next Wednesday, we'll start the pre-show at, 5 minutes before 8 p.m. Eastern. And we'll have a good time, and we'll hang out and chill out. So Amy says, thank you. I must say I was getting so frustrated with the whole creator thing. Thanks for the warm welcome. I feel better. Yeah, I know the feeling. I put out a video, and sometimes it seems like it gets no traction at all, but the live streams make up for it. I have more fun on the live streams than anything. I should just do a live stream every day. Oh, no, that would be crazy. No, thank you. But I'm glad you're hanging in there, Amy. It says, life's been tough, but I keep on keeping on. That's all we can do. Just keep on putting one foot in front of the other, and let's just keep plugging away at it. We're all winning the week. It's Wednesday night. We're more than halfway through the week. We got Friday in sight. Friday's like so close we can touch it. And you know what comes after that is the weekend. So we're all winning this week. Don't forget to point your camera at yourself. Hit record a video. Tell me how you're winning the week. And shoot me an email at winningtheweek777@gmail.com. Let me know. And I'll get that video and pop it into this week's video. If you give me a chance, I'd love to put your video clip in the video that I'm going to put out next weekend. So I'm going to tell everybody good night. Peter says he was born in 79. By the official statistics, I'm officially Gen X, drank from a hose pipe, stayed out to the street. All right, then that's all that matters, buddy. You're Gen X for sure. Gracie says the 80s were so good. The 90s, I was a mom. 93, I had my first son. 95, my daughter. Yep, we had our kids in the early 90s as well and continued popping them out all through the 90s. We had 6 kids, including that youngin' in there, my youngest, who's still with us here at the house. He was a 2000s kid. So, hey, I'm going to say good night to everybody, and I'm going to, trust me, I could just be here all night reading the comments, and it would never end. So everybody have a good night. I appreciate you all. I hope everybody has a fantastic, awesome rest of the week. Don't forget, don't do anything I wouldn't do.